So here is the left EMS glued together. You can see the left line on this piece is in the same plane as the mirror here. You rotate it, the left sign is on the mirror surface here. So now we're going to put together the right side. So here are the two pieces as printed. So you put them together and you're going to twist them so that the right side is in line with that surface there, and that right is in line with that surface there. So it's very important to line up the edges such that it makes an absolutely smooth surface. You see how it's smooth there? And now we're going to glue it, and it's smooth there. This is the right side. This was the one I glued before. It's showing the left. So you can clean up these surfaces with some sandpaper just to make sure they're kind of flat. And there are no bumps on them. Other piece. That's clean enough. So now what I'm going to do is, this is the edge. The edges we're going to glue together are with the letters on. You see the right, here's right and left, right and left. These two pieces are identical. So now you mix up some glue. I really recommend this plastic welder, Devcon plastic welder. Works extremely well with ABS or PLA. Mix it up. And make sure you get the right side. Just put a little bit around like this. We can clean it all up afterwards. Try to go all the way around like that. So now we're going to put the two together and make the right side opposite the mirrors. So alongside the mirrors. So here we have it. You can see how this edge should be completely smooth, and there should be no edge there. The right here and the right there. So before it dries up, you want to push this into a flat surface. Make sure it's completely, because this rotation defines everything. It has to be really flat and as accurate as possible. It sets up pretty quickly in about 2 minutes, so you don't have too long to get it right. That should be okay. Like that. And as soon as that's dry, we're going to rub it down a bit, and you see how that's flat there? Just nice and flat, completely smooth right through to this edge here. This R is in line with the mirror surface. So this is the eyepiece holder, and this is the barrel that goes into the focuser. We're going to stick those on, doesn't matter which end, it's symmetrical, this one. If you want to make a really large erecting mirror system, maybe you have one large one and one slightly smaller, maybe a 38mm and a 32mm to get it for a larger aperture. That's going to stick on there. Make sure it's lined up nicely. But before I stick those, we can just see how flat this is. That's pretty flat. And that's flat there. This is the right side. Now let's glue. You want the hole towards the top, so we're going to glue this edge. Okay, I'm going to put the glue on here. That's more than enough. So this hole goes away. That's where the screw, locking screw goes. We're just going to glue that in nicely centered with the hole. So you have to look down inside and get it as centered as possible on that. So everything's concentric. About like that. That's that. Now we're going to do the same with the eyepiece barrel. A bit more glue. You can paint all the inside matte black if you want. Stop any reflections. You can do that at the end. And the same with the eyepiece barrel. Goes on to just get it nice and centered, concentric with the opening. There you have the nice and concentric. You only have about a minute to play around with it, so be careful. Okay, and there you have the two of them, and they're going to go like this. You have the right side and the left side, And they could, if you were making a binoscope, they go like that. It's 90 degrees between the eyepiece or focuser and the eyepiece. Now the mirrors fit into these covers here, and I would normally paint everything here and get everything cleaned up before actually gluing. There's a cut-off edge there. The cut-off edge goes towards the eyepiece barrel like that, or this one, which is the second mirror, goes towards the eyepiece container. Now what we're going to do, you can just tape these to the back to test it. The accuracy is defined by the surface, so the covers are a little bit short, less deep than the mirror, so this fixes the mirror. If you need to have a little bit of spacer inside to make sure the mirror doesn't wobble inside or move, just put a bit of felt on the inside here. It is just slightly proud, the mirror, so when you put that, and then you can take a freehand 3D, you can glue them, or take a 3D ABS doodler and just put a bead of ABS or PLA, depending what you're printing, around the edge to lock the mirrors in place. And then you would have here, and there's the Erecting mirror system. So I hope that explains it adequately, and you should be able to make some progress.